Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic and you are watching Geekin It. So for today's video, I will be doing Ultron from Marvel Studios' The First Decade Legend series. I don't really know, I guess that's the proper order to do that, but there's just so many, there are so many titles on that box right there. But anyway, yes, Ultron, the main villain from Avengers 2. Age of Ultron. So, yeah. I can't wait to open this guy up. I'm glad to finally have an Ultron figure. Back in 2015 when the movie came out, there were Avengers toys and there were Ultron toys, but they weren't the 6-inch ones. The only 6-inch Ultron back in 2015 he was part of a Build-A-Figure of part of, one of the Marvel Legend waves. So we never actually got a complete Ultron. You had to buy the 6 other Marvel characters to assemble them. But this one is a movie version of Ultron and obviously fully assembled. So let's just, let's stop focusing on my mug here and let's look at the box, shall we? And looking at the box, as you can see, we have Ultron standing there menacingly in an open window box. We have a nice little, black box. It looks like we have a few clips of the Avengers down there in the corner. Again, we have multiple titles here. We have Marvel Studios, The First Decade, and Studios is spelled with a number 10 in place of the I and the O. Legends series, Marvel Studios, Avengers, Age of Ultron. So, pick your frickin' title. I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to really spend a lot of time critiquing the box, but my God, it's a little annoying, just with all those brandings right there. Anyway, we have the nice Avengers logo, we have Ultron's name, and Hasbro. Let's look to the side, and we have clips from Age of Ultron. Lens flare notwithstanding, we have the first time we see Ultron in one of the wrecked iron suits. Iron Man, Captain America, I think that's Thor over there in the corner. Moving on to this other side, we have a nice little bio. As bios go. It is in 4 different languages. And, has 2015, Avengers, Age of Ultron, blah, 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 blah. I'll just do a close-up of the bio if anyone is interested. Moving on to the top, we have Marvel Studios, The First 10 Years, in nice, what is that, embossed? I don't know. It's textured. The letters are definitely textured. It's nice. It feels nice. I do have to say, even though I was kind of complaining a bit about the over-branding of logos, I do like the way they did Marvel Studios there. It's kind of clever, and definitely hinting that they will be doing a bunch more movie-centric 6-inch figures, which is cool. Not that I'm planning on buying too many of them, but it's still cool. So, Marvel Studios, The First 10 Years. See, now, Legend Series is focused here on the top. This is bold in the center. Make up your freaking mind. Nice movie poster of Avengers Age of Ultron. We have Ultron looking menacing right there. And is this another bio? Original design to be a peacekeeper, Ultron broke rank and took his cardinal mission to the extreme, determining that the only way to create true peace would be to eliminate humankind and cede all power to technology. No, different bio. I guess this is not a bio. I guess this is something else. Okay, well, whatever. And again, the bio is in 4 different languages. That's kind of it for the box. I mean, nothing really down there. So let's open up Ultron here and see what this guy is all about. And here we have everyone's favorite sassy robot villain, Ultron, out of the package. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. Maybe I'm just a little bit biased towards robots, but I like it. It's a fun figure, and wow, does this guy stack up? He might even be taller than 6 inches. I wish I had a ruler around me, but I do not. But he is a tall order, this guy. He is a pretty tall order, I have to say. And I am definitely not complaining because, I think robots should be just a little bit taller. But here we have um, Ultron standing there all grandiose and full of himself. And, sculpting is not bad. You know, let's let's start with the head, and that is a really nice. He's just staring at you. It's just a really nice head sculpt. Definitely captures how he looked in Age of Ultron. It just you got all that cool detail there by the mouth, those weird like cheek, you know, uh, just recesses, and those eyes. Just look at those eyes. I mean, this thing is just staring into your soul and judging you. I mean, look at that. He's just judging you. He's judging all of your life's choices. He's judging you, and he thinks less of you now. But anyway, I really like this head sculpt. It's really cool. Um, we have like, I mean, it's kind of like a Terminator-esque kind of naked robot thing, but it's not bad. Like I really like the sculpting all over. I like the neck. No, sorry, the hands in the way. The neck things, the collarbones. It's just really cool. Like the sculpting on the back with like what would be the shoulder blades, and just the way it's flows through the body is almost like human muscles. These massive like just shoulder spheres are awesome. Like again, it looks like muscle. It looks like it's conforming to muscle tissue, but at the same time, this is big, just ball shoulder thing. Moving down to the shoulders here, nice little biceps. The hands, the forearms are cool. Look at that. Just look at that. I mean, this robot is just oozing with a lot of attitude. He's got two, I don't know, just villainous, tense hands. Like, he doesn't have any swappable items or anything. What you see with Ultron is what you get. But, I mean, I really like that, that, I don't know what that is. This is just a grasping hand. Just a tense, grasping hand. Moving on down here, we see, like, I guess what would be pistons or something. Just more robot details. We do have, like, a spine going down here. Nice detail. Just nice all-around detail. There's a little, looks a little bit more armored by the thighs. Like this guy could probably run and kick you something fierce, that's for sure. And again, nice molding detail, nice robot just detail and stuff. Moving down the leg. And to the feet, we even have, like, just what looks like toes. What looks like toes. Probably helps him walk, there is very... There we go. There is very minimal paint on this guy. I mean, most of this guy is cast in this gray, metallic-like plastic. That is like 90% of this toy is cast in this gray, shimmery plastic. I mean, we have some dark gray here for the hip joints. That's it. That's the only other plastic that I can see that is of a different color, like cast differently. The paint details. Now the paints are obviously in the eyes. You can just you got a good look at those eyes. That is nicely painted. Like, you can just see the intensity in those things. Moving down, we don't see a lot of paint on the arms. There's a little bit of red, just a little bit of dabs of color. In the ab area, we definitely have these two red. Maybe they're glowing lights. I don't really remember. But there's just a little bit of red there. No paint on the back. Maybe a little bit of shading right there in the shoulder orbs like that. I think that's a slightly different color. I think that might be painted. Yeah, I mean, that side, it's definitely painted. We have these painted lines right here on the thighs. And I think there's a little bit of... I saw a little bit of red. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I thought I saw a little bit more red elsewhere. But I could be... Alright, I must be mistaken. If I come across it later, I'll point it out. But anyway, let's move on to articulation, shall we? So, starting with the head, again, we are on a ball joint, and we can do 360 degrees. We can look up that far. We can look down that far, and that is pretty good. That is a pretty good range right there. Again, the giant freaking shoulder spheres can do 360. It's on a universal joint. We do have bicep rotations, which for a robot that works really well, and it's almost seamless. I mean, robots are nothing but seams and joints, I guess you could say. But I mean, this looks, this is perfect. This is great. We have a nice double elbow right there. All right, and it feels firm. This is probably the most. Look at that. He's striking a pose. I don't know why. That should be on the cover of Vogue. I don't know. Anyway, double elbow joint. It's solid. It feels like a very solid joint, which is great, which is wonderful. Moving on down here, we have universal rotation in the wrist. We can rotate, and we can take control of the entire arm. We can rotate. We can flex up. We can flex down. Great. Great, 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 great. We even have an ab crunch. Wow, and we can really arch our back, too. Well, now he's conducting opera or something. I don't know. Sorry. This is what happens when I don't script. Hey, there's more red down here. There's more red that was revealed from the arching on the back. So we have a nice arch. We have a nice ab crunch, like he just got punched or something. Waist rotation. And, if this were a human toy, if this were based on a human character, this would irk me a little bit, but since Ultron's a robot, this doesn't. This kind of breakup of the body does not bother me at all. If this were a human character, I'd just be like, ugh, no. Moving on to the hips, we do have universal. No, we do have ball joints. I'm always tricked by this. And it's always a ball joint. I don't know why I always say it's universal. Oh, what? No, I'm wrong. Ho, 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 ho. Anyway, ball joint, but there are some limitations. The way the pelvis is, the leg can only go out that far, and it can only go back that much, and that's not really a lot. That's not a lot at all. He does, I guess, has a decent spread, but. The pelvis does limit much of the hip movements. So we do have a thigh rotation, which is nice. We do have double knees. Right there, double knees. And again, they feel solid. They feel good. They feel awesome. And we do have point at the toe, point at the ankle, I mean. We can't really flex. It really can't flex all that much. That's its neutral pose. And then we have... Do we have an ankle tilt? I think... Yeah, there's an ankle tilt. It's not as prominent as some of the other figures. And it's kind of weird. Even the way the plastic on the knees are, like, I think there's been some warping in these knees. But, I mean, there's just not going to be any straight standing for this guy. Like, his legs are always going to be at this weird, just this weird dynamic posing. Which is great, because he can be posed. I mean, he can be posed pretty easily. Like I said, all the joints are pretty tight, so it's good. Yeah, so... I guess the only other thing that is really left to do is to move on to comparisons. On to comparisons. Let us start with the lovely ladies of Marvel. Here we have Rogue, and definitely a tall order. Ultron is Here we have Gwenpool. And again, certainly towers over everybody. And here we have Storm. There we go. You gonna stand, Storm? Yes, you are. Excellent. Ooh, just a little bit. There we go. So, I mean, here's how Ultron stacks up with the other Marvel Legends figures that I own. But let's move this to the next level, shall we? Let's take out Rogue and Gwenpool and Storm, and let's put on a few other guys that I think Ultron should really be hanging out with more than them. Here is a Diamond Select Cylon, one of the Colonial Red Stripe Cylons. Here we have a Gold Commander Retro Cylon right there. Just because I think he looks awesome with this bunch. Here is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Ravage. Oh, who just fell over drunk. Thanks for ruining my shot, Ravage. And last but not least, Transformers Dark of the Moon Laserbeak, who's also drunk. There we go. So, here we have Ultron with some of his fellow mechanoids. And, you know, I have to say, man, you know, I think I might prefer him with this gang than I would with the Marvel ladies. But that's okay. You know, this figure, this version of Ultron is pretty good. I mean, for $20, you're just getting a decent, well-sculpted, movie-accurate version of Ultron. No accessories. It would have been nice to have an extra set of hands, or maybe like a laser effect or something. But I mean, if you like your robots, I would definitely get them. If you like villains, I would definitely get them, because I thought Ultron was probably one of the better villains in the Marvel movies. You know, I just like this personality. You know, you don't see that kind of a sarcastic and cynical robot character very often, and you know, that's why I kind of liked Ultron. But yeah, it's a good figure. I was able to pick up mine at Best Buy. I haven't seen him anywhere else. And strange, of all places, Best Buy now has a toy section. That's just weird. Maybe they've had one for a while. I don't know, but just yeah, there's a toy section at Best Buy. Go figure. So you know, I'm gonna have to do. I really want to do a review of the Cylons eventually. It's something I've been wanting to do for years. It's something I should be doing. I'm gonna get around to it, because I really want to talk about these guys these days. But anyway, so yeah, that is Marvel Studio Series, the first decade, Marvel Legends, Avengers Age of Ultron, 6-inch plus Ultron. And I guess that's pretty much it. I guess that's all I gotta say about that. You know, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment on the blog, check out my Tumblr blog at JimClassic.tumblr.com. And that's it. I'm JimClassic, and you have been watching